This should be fun.
Y'all are good to go.
Oh, we are? Oh. Alright, word. Alright, I'm RepGSuspenser. I'm going to be running Player A New Game Plus. I'm joined by one of my good buds. You may introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm DashChain33. I also run this game, and I'll be commentating for RepG.
Alright, awesome. And since we met the incentive for the costume, we'll be running with Elsa Walker. Alright, and the timer will start right at the end of the second cutscene. And a little bit about this game. This game takes place after the first game, after you finish the mansion, and then, like, they think Wesker dies, but Wesker actually didn't die by the tyrant. Right. And then 3, 2, 1, go. Alright. So right here, it's just like a instead of like from the original Resident Evil game where you just see the cutscene, you actually get to run through the gas station and like do everything instead of like being like at a restaurant.
Are you okay?
And then you see all the zombies, and then
Wait here.
Chris yells, "Good job!"
Check it out.
But he actually does it in this game, which is actually really cool. I don't know why my timer didn't go off.
Excuse me, is everything okay?
Stay back, man. I got.
Don't come any closer.
We're gonna grab this key, and then right here we're just gonna run to the zombie, shoot him, and then call it a day.
It's like a nightmare.
And then the one thing we're gonna be looking for is making sure we only have no bullets in our gun, like at all whatsoever, because it's when the menuing comes in.
Can't stop.
You want to talk about the menuing for me, DashChain?
Yeah, sure. So menu is a very important part of this game. The timer's still counts when you're in the menu, and so you want to try to make sure that you know where things are within like 1 or 2 inputs, so that you can quickly get to it. And also, we'll talk about this right here. So Claire, and actually all female characters on this engine, from what I can tell, or at least Resident Evil 2 Remake and Resident Evil 3 Remake, run faster in Caution. So that zombie doesn't have any arms, and so he can't knock us down to the ground. And so he's the best setup for Caution in the A scenario.
But in B scenario, you take a bite in the courtyard, and then you get slashed by the liquor later on. So right here, we made it in here safe and sound. Usually, I get grabbed by that zombie out there, not the last one that you run past, but the first one that turned like back and tried to grab me. I like to call him Gandalf because he always ruins my runs. Just look at that costume. And then
Oh my god.
this guy meets a terrible fate. Out of all like 1,064 attempts of my runs, he's died. Oh yeah. And so we paused here because for some reason it makes him open the door faster.
Yeah, and I just want to make a quick comment on something that you guys will see in the top left corner of RepG's screen. So it doesn't really come up that much in New Game Plus runs, but we have to cap our frame rate. So essentially, in New Game specifically, the knife does damage based on how many frames you're getting. And so we have to cap it to make it fair to all players. So there's like a 60 FPS category and a 120 FPS category. Otherwise, the speedrun would just be pay to win, and that's obviously not fair.
That felt so good. That menuing right there, and I just took like the widest angle possible to go through there. And the other thing we're going to be doing is also quick turning through some doors. Quick turning is also a faster way to like cut corners faster instead of just like regularly running around them. You save, I don't know, like 0.4 or something like that, like 0.3. I could be wrong. then right up here, so this rocket launcher is actually really broken because it goes through walls. So we just shoot a rocket there and we kill the zombie that's right underneath, right above that floor. So see, there he is.
So you see a small little, since we didn't talk about it yet, you see him aim down his gun a little bit while going up the stairs. So those are called stair skates, and basically it's just a little animation cancel to make you go up the stairs faster.
And we're going to come across one of the radio skips that we do. So that cancels the radio call with Marvin, and you save at least, like, I have no idea what the time save would be. I think it's like 10, 11 seconds.
I think it's, yeah, around 10, 11 seconds. I only know that because I failed it on my PV.
So there is a backup where you could just, like, fall through the floor, but it's not worth it in my opinion unless you're going for world record. That was a really good change. And so the reason why a menu like that right there is so, like, the bolt cutters that I'm about to grab up ahead are going to be in the first slot. And then we're going to come up on our second radio call skip as well. So right here, I like to count to 5 really fast, and then I shoot the rocket. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you have to watch the whole entire, like, animation for Claire to, like, stop being staggered, so the radio call, like, doesn't actually go all the way through. Sometimes he likes to be there and ruin your run.
Another thing you saw RepG do was turn to the side before that helicopter crashed. So usually that helicopter staggers you backward, and obviously that's slow. So if you turn to the side there, it will actually push you forward a little bit, and you save a little bit.
And then we get to go back to the room. The room of no returns. I'm not a fan of this room, only for the sheer fact that Donuts... We like to name our zombies in Resident Evil. Don't judge us. But Donuts up here likes to ruin runs.
Oh, I call that one Bagels, the cocktail.
Or, it's Bagels? I call them Donuts. Whatever. For me, it's the same thing.
Yeah, he likes to hide behind the corner and then just jump at you and ruin your run.
And then right there, I discarded the bolt cutters so that the detonator would be in the first slot. And that also saves us from having to, like, discard it or, like, do anything like that. Just loses time. And that's another thing, doors like to get stuck. And they won't open all the way, and it'll, like, take a solid second to actually, like, go all the way open. This chain knows all about that.
Yeah, doors just don't want to work sometimes. So that liquor you guys saw, we call him Randy, because in new game specifically, he'll just totally just knock you out and kill your run as well. He just doesn't like to behave sometimes.
And also some zombies you can just, like, completely run past, like I just showed right there.
Yeah, that was a close one, but Eleanor didn't get you that time.
And also, fun fact, that was the first time I've ever even really tried that.
So right here, RepG, you saw him shoot a rocket at that door. So if you don't do that, that bookshelf will fall over. So since we can open that door by shooting it with a rocket, we shoot it and then we stagger ourselves through the detonator's bomb animation, similar to like the radio call skips, and so we can just go as soon as that detonate.
And right there, we just stopped ourselves just so we don't... Yeah. And then... Wow, I've never seen that before. We didn't get put in the animation of being grabbed, but she moved us.
With my luck, that zombie would have gotten me.
Any top runner besides me. Alright, and then we're about to head towards our first boss fight, which is G1. And the one thing that I want to tell you guys about boss fights, do not shoot them directly, because otherwise it'll cause like a death animation and you'll lose like, I think it's like up to 2 seconds. Or worse, like when you fight the final boss, you can lose up to like 5 seconds because of death animation.
Hello?
I never realized how much I missed using this costume. Whoop. And also, you can end up staggering yourself. And one thing I like to talk about is shift boosting, like right before like a cutscene, like after like you open a door per se, after unlocking it, like you hold forward, hold W, and then you tap shift, and then you like boost forward. Aside from like, let's say, like doing something like that, as you can see, like she skips a little bit. Instead, like if you hold forward and then press shift, it's like smooth.
Yeah, and some runners can do that off of like pistol shots as well. It's I think it's any animation you can do that.
Quite literally almost any animation. It's very hard on 60 FPS, but on 120, it's smooth like butter. Would you believe me if I told you I have 5 seconds of time save on this split on my TV?
It's closed.
Would not surprise me.
Okay.
The split can get bad sometimes.
Card first.
Well,
Then that asshole
I'll
gets
show you the
permanent.
exact spot, because it was really bejudged of me. And that's a term that we like to use in the Resident Evil community. I'm not 100%, like, I'm pretty sure it just means, like, terrible.
Yeah, I think it just means bad. So, because Claire's fast, in your casual playthrough, you might have hated that room. We just ran past it.
So, fun fact, right here is where I lost, like, 5 seconds, because she didn't want to grab this.
Oh, yeah. That would definitely be what we would call bejudge, when the game just decides to say, no, you're not allowed to do this.
And then we're going to shoot a rocket right down this hallway, kill the liquor that's over there, because Randy Orton's cousin is just chilling around the corner, just wants to just end your run. And the reason why I put the key in that specific spot is so the items will be exactly where I want them to be. Because when we get the hard key up ahead, I won't
Must be where that guy
have
came
to,
from.
like, drag my cursor very far. Or I could just mash. Because mashing is something that we like to do in Resident Evil. Aside from fighting games.
Yeah, so usually what we do is we'll bind, you can do double inputs and triple inputs. So we'll bind 2 buttons to the enter key, like to the action button, and so you can just mash them, and it will have you go through the menu and activate the item quicker.
And one thing that I also learned the other day, instead of like hotkeying something, like to something specific, like having like custom like inputs, I found out that you could also use spacebar when you open up the inventory.
Oh, it's a default one?
Yeah, so I just mashed F and then I mashed spacebar. When I learned that the other day when I was running 60 FPS. One, two, one. And then in this room, we're just gonna shoot a rocket at this wall because there's a zombie on our right just waiting for us. Wait, oh yeah, I mashed here. Wrong menu. And see, like I said, some of the doors just like to not cooperate with you. And right when we get down this ladder right here, I'm gonna move the gear up to the top for menuing purposes, just so I can like get rid of certain things easier. I'm also gonna move that box back up to the second inventory spot because I think I messed up my inventory. As expected in a marathon run. I blame you, this chain, because you said it.
Yep.
And then right here, we're just gonna rock it on the ground, take off his hat, and then all we have to do is just shoot him with a pistol and just run away.
Yeah, so you don't really see Mr. X that much, hopefully. Especially on New Game Plus. So something to note is that most categories are run on, well, I mean, you've got either standard or hardcore. New Game Plus is almost exclusively run unassisted, and I believe is the only category that is allowed to be run unassisted.
You're not wrong, it really is. And then right here, we're gonna get rid of that key. And then right here, we're gonna stare at that door until the liquor aggroes. It, like, screams at us. Because for some reason, it's camera shy, and you get away with certain things. Oh yeah, I don't do that here. I'll do that up ahead.
Don't forget Eleanor's still alive.
Oh yeah. The meme lord herself. Worst comes first. Yep. You know, it's a marathon. I'm not risking it.
So that zombie, specifically that zombie, likes to end runs. All the zombies that are run killers usually get names. And Eleanor specifically likes to just get you. Almost
Oh, yeah, I just
anytime
realized.
you go to the library.
Yes, yes. I just realized, isn't Donuts the one in the sewers?
Donuts is the cop, right after the detonator.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. See, I'm not.
I think the one in the sewers, Lucy calls pretzels.
I'm about to just name him my own thing.
Oh, that's also perfectly valid.
And then right here, like at this section, you can literally just smash. Like, grabbing things and putting things away. Or putting things down. Alright, and then right here, I'm just gonna move that there. And then we're almost to one of my least favorite sections in all of Resident Evil history.
Oh, you beat me to it. I was going to be sarcastic and say it's every Claire runner's favorite section.
Opposite minds. Opposite
the
minds.
next about 4 minutes coming up are kind of just like the definition of resident sleeper.
Quite literally. Well, it was actually a perfect turn.
So the reason that's those stairs have like some weird hitbox sometimes, and so being able to do the proper stairs gates and quick turns in that area is kind of difficult.
And by the way, that fuse puzzle is not RNG. It's always the same, except for this puzzle coming up, which is the absolute worst puzzle in all of Resident Evil history. I think that's a 4 change. When I say 4 change, I mean I have to switch all the blocks. Or 2 change. That's not bad. There's nothing really to talk about this section because it's the least entertaining. And it's just like, yay, we're running through it. Alright, I'm just gonna do this Pareto's way. Pareto, the way, like, certain runners do it, all runners do things certain ways. So I'm just gonna do it the way like this other guy does it. Shoutouts to Frodo, by the way.
Yeah, Frodo is one of the best runners at this game.
It's also awesome that we're also able to communicate with him as well. Like even though he only speaks Spanish, he
Yeah,
has
his chatbot is amazing.
what was it called? Kalanders.
Kalanders.
That must be the door
I
out
thought so.
here.
And the reason why I wiggle back and forth as Sherry is because I think you move faster. Tell me if I'm wrong.
It's a slight. It's like a 1 second. No, not 1 second. Like half a second per stair. I think. I can't remember if I heard it's half a second or 1 second for each time you have to go up and down those stairs.
I thought it was like style points. I just did it just because.
No, one of the top runners for this game in this category, Curtis, I think says it's faster. And if a top runner says it's faster, I'm gonna tend to believe it's faster.
I feel like he lives in Raccoon City.
I think he lives in the gas station.
I mean, you're not wrong. Legend has it that he has at least like what 50,000 hours in this game.
So this section is just avoiding irons.
It's mainly not being seen by the light. So there are specific spots where you can actually like just stand up and he won't see you at all whatsoever. But this is a marathon. We're not doing style points.
Where are you? Show yourself! I know you're in here. The longer it takes me to find you, the worse
Just
it's
because
gonna
I don't
be.
like style points doesn't mean I like to like be a little BM about certain things. And then that's the end of that.
Oh god.
Little bitch has gotta be here somewhere.
And then there's a fun fact about this specific spot. I'm not gonna do like the shift boost strat that most people do here, but if you stand in like a certain spot, like certain spots over here, he won't see you because he runs down this hallway right behind us, this one right here, and then he'll end up dropping his flashlight right before he is able to see us. But right here, there's like really nothing to talk about.
No more. Please.
We're just waiting for Irons to yell at us again.
Last fucking chance. Show yourself. Now.
And then he'll be making his way down the hallway, and then he's gonna say, it burns.
Oh, fuck. It burns.
Yeah, and there's one thing that could possibly happen, it's the duplicate key glitch, which I hope it doesn't. Oh, wow. So, fun fact, there's a thing called the duplicate key, and it's a bug, and I don't know, like, what triggers it, but
I think
for
it's
some
if you
reason...
mash too much.
I see you.
Is it really?
I think that's what Mondo said once. Who is another runner of this game.
Yeah, he actually is tied for Leone's standard right now. Very, very good Resident Evil speedrunner. He's actually close to beating Claris's record for player 8, but I think he just gave up. Or he's just sticking with Leone. I could be wrong. I don't know what his plans are. Mondo is has a very unique mind. Alright, and now we're back to our favorite superhero.
Just you wait, asshole.
Oh, that was a good door, actually. Like, I've never gotten out of that door, like, perfectly fine. Like, scot-free.
I was about to say, that door is probably, after Sherry, one of the hardest sections of this route.
So,
It's just get out of that door.
so during that, I hold, AS. I hold AS. Oh my god, I thought I clicked it. I hold A and S, and then I hold Shift, just so she actually goes out the door, and then I flick my mouse. It's good, it helps, but 9 times out of 10... No, actually, no. Like, 1 time out of 10, you'll end up getting, like, stuck. And right now, we're gonna say hello to Mr. X, and then we're gonna say bye to Mr. X. Tell them to have a good day. Bye. Hope you have a good day. And then we're off to the streets.
Let me know when there's a good time for donations. I got.
Oh, right here is actually a perfect time for donations.
Great. I thought maybe that was the case as someone who used to watch. Got $5 from Also Video Games, who says, yes, video games. This is good gaming. Thank you, Also Video Games. $10 from Hex for the doggos. Yes, for the doggos. They also have cats for the cat. Well, I'm not going to be mean to cats, but yes, for the doggos. I'm biased. And then RepGSuspenser's life coach, who says, with $6.90, who says, for the doggos and kitters. Thank you, all of you. Hex, Also Video Games, RepGSuspenser's life coach.
Thank you all.
Thank you guys.
Coming up, oh, bad door. See, again, doors are very finicky. Coming up is, we all love dogs, right? And they're all good dogs to us, but the dog that's coming up, he's sometimes a bad dog.
Yeah, like that one who doesn't
always
like...
a good dog.
Sometimes. We're gonna play it safe. We might get bit by him, yep.
And today he decided not to be a good dog.
Yeah, but...
That's gotta be the orphanage.
So, fun fact, even, like, I tested this, like, theory, like, a million times. If you shoot a rocket, you're gonna get bit by the dog no matter what. Instead of shooting him with a pistol, because apparently you aggro the dog from shooting a rocket.
Hello? I have the pendant!
Alright, and then we're about to go to the sewers. Everyone loves sewers, right? Just like everyone loves Subway. No? Okay. Get it? Yeah, okay, I'll stop.
Where are you? Claire! Sherry?
And also, fun fact, when you stair skate, it's not like a mashing kind of thing, it's a rhythm kind of thing. For me, I just listen to the double tap of the steps and then I click.
Every run there's differently. I try to do like a beats per minute type thing, like a specific rhythm for mine. And I'm probably still off a little bit.
Is the game blessed? Is this run blessed?
Go, go, go!
Yes, it is. So, this is an audio glitch where it's still playing the audio from the previous section, and she's still talking, which is actually hilarious.
Keep going. Now I'm gonna smell like shit. Literally.
I don't know why that somehow made it through. Well, not like made it through, but like how that ended up being a bug. But it's still hilarious to me. And one thing...
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think they didn't account for the fact that you get a little bit of extra speed from Claire.
Cable card. Here?
Oh,
So I'm not sure that glitch occurs if you're on fine.
So this is my strat that I came up with. Hopefully I actually do it properly, but since it's a marathon, I probably won't. Actually, no, I did it right. So this is... I call that the stagger strat.
Hold on,
I'll
Sherry.
just call it that.
I'll be right there.
So, just before I get grabbed by the zombie, I shoot a rocket at the ceiling, and as he grabs me, the rocket hits the ceiling and stops me from being staggered, and I can move freely. Which makes life a lot easier. Marathon. Oops, I put that in the wrong spot. There we go. And then we're gonna get rid of these guys, because we don't want to get grabbed. And then, fun fact, usually you would go for the piece that's over there, but since it's New Game Plus, we're gonna go this way, and you save 2 seconds overall throughout the whole entire run. So we're gonna be going after the... Okay, it's the King and Queen pieces.
Yep.
And then, right after you go after the Rogue, and then, yeah, everything's set in stone. And so we're
And
gonna
this
be
part has everyone's favorite enemies.
the G-adults.
Pieces. Oh, Jesus. They're everywhere.
Which aren't really that bad. Claire, watch your mouth. And then one strat, I'll talk about it on the way back through here. Actually, no, I can talk about it now because there's nothing to talk about here. If you stare at the G-adults, while you're dropping down the ledge when you come back, apparently it saves you more time because it makes them do a certain action. So that you won't lose time. So you can just keep, like, going forward. Keep swimming.
I've got another donation.
Hit me with it.
I'm not familiar with this island boy. Are y'all familiar with this island boy? It looks like lyrics to a song, so... 420. $4.20 from Island Boy. Because I'm an island boy and I've been trying to make it. I'd be just staring at the sun. I'm just out full gate. Thank you for the 420, Island Boy. Just thought I'd ask.
Inside joke.
There you go. That's what I figured.
So that G-adult that RepG ran past didn't behave, and so here you're gonna see him shoot a rocket before that G-adult spawns, so that and then run into the trigger to be able to kill it, because otherwise his death animation will block you, and so it's just a bit faster to do that.
And then now we get through the worst part of the run, and now everything is free. And now we're gonna go grab the rook, and then we run back, and then we're gonna go save Sherry. Because Sherry got herself in trouble. Went and got herself in trouble. Because during the cutscene I skipped, Irons grabbed Sherry, and then apparently for some reason G showed up, and then saved her, and then... yeah, that's pretty much it. And then now she's, like, stuck in a part of the sewers that we can't get to, and we need all these pieces. Just so we can get to her. For some reason, when I just said pieces, I was immediately thinking of Yu-Gi-Oh! Don't question me.
Yep, so coming up is our second boss. I'm gonna just call him a gimmick boss, because like he kind of is. But he's not that difficult on New Game Plus. However, on New Game he can definitely kill runs really easily.
If you don't do things a certain, like, specifically, he'll... yeah. It'll be really bad. It's not a good time. Oh my god, I just had a brain fart.
Say,
I was like, wait, this isn't B scenario.
so the reason for that is that if you go from the first to second scenarios, the puzzles change. And so if you're running different scenarios, you'll lose track of which items you're supposed to be using.
Also, the codes are different for, like, when you get into labs, and also... but the Sherry puzzle is still the same. And the fuse puzzle, but the fuse puzzle is also different as well. Right here, we're gonna shoot the rocket at the ceiling to hopefully get G to aggro early. And we did. Okay, so the reason why you shoot rockets at the ceiling is because it makes G aggro, and then he'll open this up for us, so we don't have to do it the other way. just gonna BM him, like, really bad. There's nothing really to talk about here.
Have I got a surprise for you?
And then that's the G3 fight.
G2.
Or whatever, close enough. There's a number in there.
The reason that he's a gimmick boss is if his health is not less than 50 when you hit him with that crane, you gotta fight him again or continue fighting him.
I'm so sorry, Sherry.
So you have to get him below 50% health
Forever.
before you can hit him with the crane.
Oh, fun fact, I'm on PvP.
Insane.
And then right now, we save Sherry. We're heading to labs to hopefully find the cure for her. And right now, we're just running to the cable car. And also, fun fact about like those quick turns I was telling you about, you can still do it here, even though you can't aim. You just have to let go of W and then hold the direction.
Almost there, Sherry. We're almost there. Good. Cable car. Okay. Better check everything. There's no turning back.
This tram is bound for Nest. Do not exit until the final destination.
Now we're at the final part of the game. Well, not final. Well, final section of the game, which is labs. Can be unforgiving for some runners,
I'm getting you treatment. Just hold on, Sherry.
especially if you run standard or hardcore. I do not run new game standard or new game anything like that. The only new game category I run is new game easy for Resident Evil 4. That's all I run.
For your safety, stand clear until the doors welcome to Nest. Enjoy your visit.
I don't think I'll do it. I was talking to Des Chain earlier about shooting the wall with a pistol to like, to manipulate the zombie on the other side, but we're just gonna shoot the rocket and kill him from this side.
Is designed for your nutritional needs using
So like I said earlier about the rocket being really broken, it's really that broken.
healthy foods.
And right now we're just making our way to upgrade the, why am I like drawing a blank? This bracelet.
Yeah.
Oh, wristband, yeah. And then now, for the part of the run where I have 5 seconds of time saved for absolutely no reason, which is the codes. For some reason, I have trouble doing the codes, but a lot of people find success. I just need to find my rhythm in it.
Requested by Chief Cartwright in the East area.
And then there's one of the homies. And if you don't know why I'm like looking down most of the time, is like when I approach stairs, I like to check and make sure like I'm hitting like the first step properly, and then I'll stair skate and then go from there. And also, we're going to be introduced to the new enemies. I really don't know what they're called. I just call them plants. Do you have any idea what they're called, Death Shane?
IVs.
Oh, yeah.
And fun fact about the IVs is, hopefully we don't see this here, but if they grab you and you don't have a defensive item, you just die. So this puzzle, usually in your casual playthrough, you gotta go find a trophy to figure out what the answer is. For us, we already know it. It's just 2067 and 3123 on A scenario, and I have no idea what they are on B scenario.
It's... Oh my god, I can't even think about it right now because otherwise I'm gonna mess up the run.
Yeah.
But we're gonna get rid of that IV because it'll be a problem later. And then here.
This is a throwback
Manual
for
mode.
water puzzles. Thankfully, it's not that hard. It's just red, green, blue, red, green, blue, red, green.
Fun fact, I didn't know. You could actually hold A or D instead of mashing. I always mashed. To like go from green all the way to blue, I would mash. And then right now we're gonna head downstairs and go get the modulator so we can turn the power back on. And also, fun fact about this door does not like me right here. Oh, but it likes marathons.
So the reason we're doing all this, for those who haven't played this game before, is that there's a wristband component, but it's stuck to a dead guy on a window, and Plant, I think it's 48 in this game. I'm going to call him 42 just because that's the only one I remember.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
Well, we got to kill Plant 42. And thankfully in this game, killing it just requires us to put this herbicide that we're creating right now.
Oh god, he's alive.
And sometimes that happens. What RepG tried to do is just shoot the floor, and that usually kills all those zombies. Somehow that one survived. And this room is terrible in new game runs, but thankfully we have a rocket launcher.
And right there, you just hit Q, ASD. You hit Q, SDSS, and then that's the password for that. Or unless you're playing controller, I do not know.
I don't remember it. I know I have a video saying what they are, but I don't use controller for this game.
For like certain splits, especially since I'm learning like B scenario now, I have like the password set like as the split, just so I remember.
Parka.
Cooling complete.
Alright, so now he has the frozen herbicide, and so we can go back into the plant room.
Oh yeah, and I killed the female zombie, so she won't be right around the corner. So I can actually do a 45 right around this corner. By the way, that's what those quick turns are called, like when you do this. It's called a 45. Oh, but he's alive. What's up? Have a good day.
So those zombies move around. I think it's RNG where they are. And so sometimes he'll just survive. And you just kind of have to deal with it and hope that he's not there.
Oh. Match too hard.
So much for the weed infestation.
Warning. You have dispersed a dangerous solution.
And also, depending on the pattern we get on the way back, and when I mean pattern, because there's two IVs when you come back through the hallway after you enter this lab. Depending on where they're placed, you can actually run right past the IVs. And then this guy, you can just fight too. And then we get bad RNG, we just shoot the rocket. Also, like, people correct me if I'm wrong, but depending on the FPS, the RNG is different.
That's what I've heard a lot. So 60 FPS zombies kind of act a bit differently versus 120. So sometimes you'll get grad when you usually wouldn't on 120. So I think it does actually affect it.
Find that antiviral agents.
Because, like, on 60, like, I was able to run past them, like, every single time. I would get different RNG every single time. But, for some reason, I keep getting the same RNG every single run. And then that's just EAS. And right now, we're gonna go get the antiviral agent for Sherry so she can live. And then right here, gee, I wonder if there's a boss fight right here.
Circular room in a video game? Never.
Thank God. The antiviral
And fun
agent.
fact, the reason why Chief Irons kidnapped Sherry is so that he could get that pendant that she had, so he could get the antiviral agent and become rich.
Class A breach.
Right there is what I mean by direct impacting them. If you direct impact them, you lose time.
Target has
Or
been
if you even
neutralized.
stagger yourself, you can still lose time. Like, yeah. And now we're gonna head back to Sherry and go save her. And also, her mother died during that fight. Or actually, no, she didn't.
But she's still alive.
Oh yeah, I forgot. This is Claire's, not Leon's. She got beat up during the fight, but that's about it. And then for some reason, I don't know what's wrong, like, with this wristband, like this one. Like, for some reason, it doesn't want to, like, go, there we go.
Sherry, can you walk faster?
Like, it takes longer than the other ones, but that's just me, to, like, combine them.
Use the central elevator to evacuate immediately to the bottom level train platform.
And fun fact, Sherry's wearing the jacket that Claire wears, but we're not wearing a jacket.
Attention. Self-Destruct Sequence initiated. Use the central elevator to evacuate immediately.
And then now we're just heading to, like, the final parts of the game. Because they're about to activate the Self-Destruct Sequence.
Attention. Self-Destruct Sequence initiated.
And now just another heartfelt moment with Sherry.
Yeah? Thank you for being so nice to me.
Something to note is that we could probably actually skip this dialogue using the stagger mechanic as well.
But save your thanks
But sometimes you just let it run.
Yeah. Otherwise, she'll just stare at you, like, really awkwardly, like, I'm talking to you, but you interrupted my speaking. My text dialogue.
Use the central elevator to evacuate immediately to the bottom level train platform.
Coming up here, RepG's gonna hold the door open for Sherry. Because Sherry, otherwise you just lose time because Sherry takes a while to open this door.
And then, for fun, I'm just gonna shoot a rocket here and here to kill the IVs on the other side. And fun fact, if you don't make it to this corner right here, Sherry will block you.
Sherry, run!
Of the elevator, you'll lose time. I did not kill that IV somehow.
Some triggers in this game are also hard to hit, like that ladder. Sometimes you miss it, or sometimes you'll accidentally go back up the ladder because you're mashing a button.
Oh, I don't match. I learned the hard way from running Resident Evil 3. I didn't know you could do it in this game as well. I was like, yeah, that's what I get for mashing. And then now we just sit here and wait. At around 8 minutes and 48 seconds, she'll open the door.
Yeah, so usually this section you're trying not to die from IVs and they're just all staring at you. But again, New Game Plus, we have a rocket launcher. We can just shoot the IVs. They'll leave us alone.
9 minutes until.
Sherry's currently trying to climb through a vent, and I'm pretty sure this is a throwback to the OG Resident Evil. Resident Evil 2, because you have to have a section where Sherry goes through a vent.
And since we have one bullet left, we have one bullet left for this last zombie. And now we can just keep running straight.
You hanging in there? Atta girl. Think we're almost out of here.
And then not have to worry about holding doors open for Sherry. Because for some reason, Sherry can see, like, what we're seeing.
final boss of the Claire section. I personally hate this boss, but thankfully on New Game Plus he's not that bad.
8 minutes until detonation.
Oh man, I staggered myself. I'm gonna do that.
Time would be coming up after this cutscene.
Oh damn.
So that would be time.
But
And now Resident Evil 2 is timed by in-game timer.
yeah. And that's Resident Evil 2 Remake. And the game goes based off an in-game timer, not real time. And then this is just a showcase of the scenario. Also, 4811, that's actually not bad. I'll take it.